Assalamu alaikum, dear brothers and sisters. Did you know that something as simple as mixing salt and olive oil could hold the key to unlocking Sunnah-based healing, physical, emotional, and even spiritual? For centuries, these two ingredients have been quietly present in the lives of Muslims, mentioned in the Quran, practiced by the Prophet Muhammad, and trusted by generations of believers. But in today's fast-paced world, many have forgotten their power. What if the remedy to your fatigue, stress, or lingering pain wasn't hidden in a pharmacy, but in your kitchen? This isn't just an old wives' tale. It's Sunnah. And it's backed by real stories, real healing and divine wisdom. Cut to a simple hand, applying oil to the back with a calm prayer recitation in the background. Have you ever used any prophetic remedy in your life? Comment below your experience and share these for Sadaqah Jariyah. Before starting this video, don't forget to like this video, because it gives us a lot of strength to continue sharing beneficial content. And I invite you to subscribe to our channel and activate the notification bell to stay informed of our next publications on the Islamic faith. Share it with your loved ones and leave a comment to tell me what you think. Thank you and good video. 2. Introduce the Sunnah cure. Scene opens with olive trees swaying gently in the wind. Cut to Quranic calligraphy of Surah An-Nur 24:35. In the noble Quran, Allah says, "He is lit from the oil of a blessed olive tree, neither of the east nor of the west, whose oil would almost glow even if untouched by fire." Surah An-Nur 24:35. This is not just poetic, it's purposeful. Olive oil, extracted from the blessed tree, holds a sacred place in Islamic tradition. The Prophet Muhammad said, "Eat the olive and use it as ointment, for it comes from a blessed tree." Tirmidhi. This isn't just about nutrition, it's about barakah, blessing. And what about salt? Across cultures and centuries, salt has been used to clean wounds, preserve food, and purify environments. In Islamic households, a pinch of salt before and after meals was often sunnah, not just for flavor, but as a means of protection. Real-life story. During the recent blockade in Gaza, a Palestinian woman couldn't access her husband's joint pain medication. With limited resources, she turned to an old remedy her grandmother once taught her: olive oil mixed with coarse salt. She warmed it gently, applied it to his knees each night while reciting Surah Al-Fatiha. Within a week, his pain began to ease. He could walk again, slowly, but with hope. This was more than medicine. It was faith in action. Our ancestors knew the healing hidden in simplicity. The Prophet lived this wisdom. Cut to a close-up of hands mixing salt and oil in a ceramic bowl. Would you try this natural remedy if the Prophet recommended it? Why or why not? 3. Modern science. Backing, scene opens with a laboratory setting, microscopes scanning, and olive oil being poured into a petri dish. Overlay text. Olive oil, ancient remedy, modern validation. For centuries, olive oil and salt were used with firm faith, even when the science wasn't yet there to explain why they worked. But today, modern research is catching up, revealing the powerful, natural compounds Allah has placed in these simple gifts. Olive oil, especially cold-pressed extra virgin, is packed with oleocanthal, a natural anti-inflammatory compound comparable to ibuprofen. It's also rich in antioxidants, which fight cellular damage and slow down aging. It contains antibacterial properties, aiding in the prevention of infections and skin disorders. Now, add natural salt, sea salt or Himalayan. And something unique happens. Salt acts as a drawing agent, pulling toxins out from the skin and muscle layers, helping relieve tension and stimulating blood flow to the affected areas. When combined with olive oil, it creates a soothing, purifying salve, simple to make and powerful in effect. Real story, Jordan, 2024. At a small volunteer clinic near the Syrian border, doctors began experimenting with natural therapies when pharmaceutical supplies were scarce. They treated children and elderly refugees suffering from eczema, psoriasis, and severe dryness with compresses made of salt and olive oil. Within days, rashes calmed, skin softened, pain eased. One doctor, Dr. Hiba Said, remarked, "This mixture, rooted in prophetic tradition, brought faster relief than many expensive creams we've used." These aren't isolated incidents. Worldwide, studies are confirming what our faith told us 1,400 years ago. The Prophet didn't need a lab coat to know the truth. His knowledge was divine. Modern science is catching up to what Islam taught 1,400 years ago. Cut to visuals of Quranic calligraphy overlaying slow-motion images of salt and oil being mixed. Do you believe science will ever fully catch up with divine wisdom? Comment with your thoughts. 4. Spiritual healing plus hidden illnesses. Seen homes with soft nighttime visuals, a flickering candle, Quran pages turning, a hand massaging oil onto the chest with gentle recitation in the background. Narrator, voiceover. Not all illnesses show up in lab tests. Some live deep inside us. In the heart, the mind, the soul. Anxiety, depression, insomnia, blocked risk, sustenance, constant stress, emotional exhaustion, spiritual fatigue. These are the hidden illnesses of our time, quietly eating away at us while we smile on the outside. And yet, our Prophet and the teachings of Islam have left us remedies for the seen and the unseen. Olive oil has long been used in ruqya, spiritual healing. Scholars and practitioners recite Quran over it, then use it for massage or anointing. It is a carrier of barakah and calm. Salt, in Islamic tradition, is used to ground the body, protect the home, and purify the environment. In some cultures, salt is placed in corners of rooms during ruqya to trap negative energy or jinn disturbances. Together, they serve as a spiritual shield and purifier, not just of the body, but of the heart. Reflect on the story of Prophet Ayub, Astum. Afflicted with intense disease, rejected by people, suffering alone, but never losing patience. Until one day, Allah commanded, "Strike with your foot. This is a spring of water to wash in and drink." Surah Sad 38:42. The healing didn't come from a doctor. It came from natural elements, earth and water, and divine timing. Sometimes, Allah places healing in nature, but we must respond with action and trust. Real story, London, 2023. Sister Amina, a recent reaver struggling with insomnia and anxiety, had tried everything, from therapy to medication. A local imam advised her to begin a nightly ruqya routine. Warm olive oil, a pinch of salt, recite Surah Al-Fatiha, Ayatul Kursi, and the 3 Quls, then gently massage her chest and temples. Within a week, her sleep improved. The racing thoughts slowed. Her tears turned into sujood. It wasn't just the oil. It was the prayer, the surrender. Healing isn't always in pills. Sometimes it's in patience, prayer and prophetic simplicity. Visuals fade to candlelight next to a small bowl of oil and salt, Quran beside it. Have you ever felt healed after using a natural remedy with prayer? Share your story. It might help someone else. 5. How to use salt plus olive oil. Scene opens with a dimly lit room. Soft Quran recitation in the background and a clean table with simple ingredients laid out. Olive oil, pink Himalayan salt, and a small ceramic bowl. You've heard the stories. You've seen the wisdom. Now, let's walk you through how to actually use this Sunnah-based remedy at home, safely, simply, and spiritually. Chapter 1. Choose pure ingredients. Start with cold-pressed, extra virgin olive oil, Zayt Zaytun. Make sure it's organic or at least free from additives. This is the same oil honored in the Quran, coming from a blessed tree. 2. Add natural salt, use only. Himalayan pink salt or unrefined sea salt. Avoid white table salt, which is often processed and stripped of minerals. Salt acts as a natural purifier and energy grounder. 3. Spiritually charge the mixture. Before applying, hold your hands over the bowl and recite Surah Al-Fatiha 7 times, Ayatul Kursi 1 time, Surah Al-Ikhlas, Al-Falaq and An-Nas 3 times each. Blow gently into the mixture after each recitation. This isn't just tradition, it's a powerful act of surrender and intention. You're combining earthly remedy with divine protection. Step 4. Apply with care and dua. Use your fingertips to rub the mixture into the affected area. For joint pain, knees, elbows, shoulders. For spiritual anxiety or sadness, chest, back of neck, soles of feet. For sleep issues, temples and behind ears before bed. While applying, whisper du'as of healing or say, Allahumma rabban nas, adhib al-bas, ishfi anta al-shafi. Step 5. Use at night. Night time brings calm, privacy and barakah. Apply the oil before bed, then lie down in a state of tawakkul, trust in Allah. Let your healing begin inwardly as you drift into sleep. Important note, this remedy is part of Sunnah healing, but not a substitute for urgent medical attention. For chronic issues or spiritual disturbances, consult a qualified Islamic healer or ruqya practitioner. This practice isn't just physical, it's deeply spiritual. Your hands, your heart, and your dua are your healing tools. Scene ends with a peaceful zoom out. The oil and salt glowing under warm candlelight. The Quran open beside it. Would you like us to do a video showing this process step by step? Like this comment, if yes. 6. Quranic connection and taqwa. Opening scene. A man quietly reading Quran in the early morning light, with subtle background recitation. Visuals of olive trees blend into scenes of sujood, prostration. Sometimes, the cure isn't in the ingredients, but in the intention, the faith, and the taqwa we carry when we use them. In Islam, healing is not merely physical, it is deeply spiritual. When we return to the Sunnah during times of weakness, pain, or uncertainty, we are not just seeking relief, we are seeking connection. Connection to Allah, connection to tawakkul, connection to divine mercy. Allah reminds us in the Quran, and whoever fear Allah, He will make for him a way out and provide for him from where he does not expect. Surah At-Talaq 65:2-3. That way out may come in many forms. For some, it's a prescription. For others, it's an unexpected door of rizq. But for many, it starts with returning to the prophetic way of life, one step at a time. When we turn to something like olive oil and salt, prepared with Quran and sincerity, we're not just treating a symptom. We're opening ourselves to Allah's intervention. Real story, Somalia, 2023. Brother Idris, a father of 4 in Mogadishu, suffered from chronic migraines for over 7 years. Doctors prescribed painkillers, injections, even dietary changes, but nothing brought lasting relief. One day, an elder in his masjid gave him a small bottle of olive oil mixed with Himalayan salt, over which Surah Al-Fatiha and Ayatul Kursi had been recited. He was instructed to apply it nightly to his forehead, temples, and neck. After making wudu and praying 2 rak'ahs of Shifa, healing. After 3 weeks, his headaches were gone. Not reduced, gone. But even more than that, his spiritual habits had transformed. The healing wasn't just in the oil. It was in the trust I placed back in Allah, he said. His cure didn't come in a hospital. It came in the realignment of his soul. This is the secret most forget. Sometimes, natural elements become supernatural tools when paired with God consciousness. When you align your heart with Allah, even simple elements of nature can become your cure. Visuals fade to a man placing a hand on his chest with the Quran beside him, his lips moving in silent dua. What is a verse of the Quran that helped you through illness? Share it in the comments to inspire others. 7. Warning and balance. Scene opens with a split screen. On one side, a stethoscope and prescription bottle. On the other, a bowl of olive oil and salt with the Quran nearby. Let's be clear. Islam is a religion of balance. While we embrace the wisdom of the Sunnah, we must also recognize the role and benefit of modern medicine. One does not cancel out the other. Instead, they can work hand in hand. If you're facing a medical emergency, chronic illness, or need diagnosis, see a qualified doctor. That's not a lack of faith. It's part of your responsibility. But where modern medicine ends, or where it cannot reach the spiritual core, that's where prophetic healing can begin. Whether it's salt and olive oil, black seed, or cupping, ijama, these remedies are complementary, not replacements. Use them with intention, dua, and trust in Allah. Even the Prophet said, "Make use of medical treatment, for Allah has not made a disease without appointing a remedy for it." Abu Dawood. Don't abandon medicine, but never forget the healer is always Allah. Visual fades to a heart monitor, then transitions to hands raised in dua. What do you think is the right balance between prophetic medicine and modern healthcare? 8. Closing dua and spiritual reflection, scene opens with slow, peaceful visuals. Sunrise over a quiet valley, close-up of dew on olive leaves, and a person in sujood at dawn. In a world full of medicine, machines, and material cures, we often forget that the first and final healer is Allah. He placed healing in nature. He placed light in the Sunnah. And He placed comfort in remembrance. As we've seen, something as simple as salt and olive oil, used with sincerity, Quranic recitation, and prophetic guidance, can bring both relief to the body and peace to the heart. And why should we be surprised? Allah tells us in the Quran, "And we have not sent you, O Muhammad, except as a mercy to the worlds." Surah Al-Anbiya 21, 107. Yes, even His diet, even His sleep, even His natural remedies were all acts of rahmah, mercy for this ummah. The Prophet taught us that healing doesn't always require wealth, fame, or technology. Sometimes it just needs faith, patience, and consistency. So before you rush to doubt or dismiss the old ways, remember, they are Sunnah ways. Scene shifts to a hand raised in dua over a small bowl of olive oil, Quran open beside it. Let's end with a dua that the Prophet himself made for healing. O Allah, Lord of the people, remove the harm and heal, for you are the healer. There is no healing except yours, a healing that leaves no illness behind. Whether you're suffering from a physical illness, emotional burden, or spiritual weight, know that Allah sees you, hears you, and has already prepared your cure. Sometimes, you just have to return to what was always within your reach. Every sunnah you revive brings light to your body and barakah to your life. Scene fades to light, shining through an olive tree, then to black with white calligraphy, and your Lord is the best of healers. Tag someone who needs this message. May it be healing for them and reward for you. 9. End. Screen message, CTA, closing visuals, peaceful sunset over olive groves. Gentle music fades in. Thank you for joining us on this journey into prophetic wellness and the healing power of salt and olive oil. If you want more authentic Sunnah remedies and spiritual insights, subscribe and follow our channel, your source for healing from the heart of Islam. Stay tuned for our next video, the black seed secret nobody talks about. Remember, your body is a trust. Nurture it the Sunnah way. What prophetic remedy do you want us to cover next? Write it below.